We as children always feel that our parents don't understand us. Well, how many of you would agree with me? I believe most of you would say yes to it at one point or the other. Yes? Well, let me show you the other side. When you were infant, when you were not able to put out your thoughts as words, then your mother, then your father understood you. When you were not able to speak, even your parents understood that what you wanted, whether you wanted water, you want to go washroom, or you want anything to eat, your belly is full or not, your parents understood each and every little thing about you. Now you have grown older, you feel that parents won't understand your words. When you were small, they could understand even your silence, but you believe they won't understand when you are able to speak? Maybe that's why parents always say that we never know the love of a parent till we become parents ourselves. Ponder over this thought. Well, let us read a beautiful story that is written by the author Catherine Mansfield, The Little Girl. It is a psychological type of the story which is connected with mental lives and emotions of the characters. Let's read on. Before beginning the story, I would like to tell you something more about the writer, that is Catherine Mansfield. She is an amazing writer. Catherine Mansfield is a pseudonym of Kathleen Mansfield Beauchamp. Pseudonym means false name. Married name Kathleen Mansfield Murray. She was born in October 1888, Wellington, New Zealand, and she died in 1923. She was a born English master of short stories who evolved a distinctive prose style with many overtones of poetry. Her delicate stories focused upon psychological conflicts, means mental conflicts that go on inside mind, have an obliqueness of narration and a subtlety of observation. She has written in a simple yet elegant style, and she reveals the influence of Anton Chekhov. He is also an amazing versatile writer. She in turn had much influence on the development of short story as a form of literature. She was famous for writing short stories and has written in amazing clear language. When you read the story, you will be able to find out the difficulties, and the last 5 years of her life were shadowed by tuberculosis, and she died of ill health. Her final work, apart from unfinished material, was published posthumously, means after death, in The Dove's Nest, the publication, and Something Childish. Let's move on to the story. This story is about a little girl whose feelings for her father changed from fear to understanding. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared and avoided. To the little girl, he was figure to be feared and avoided. Who is he? The little girl's father. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with, "Goodbye, father." And oh, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. It means that the child felt relieved when she saw her father going office, because her father was strict and she was afraid of him. So she used to feel happy when her father went to office. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. "Bring my tea into the drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there, and bring me my slippers." "Kezia," mother would call to her If you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots. Kezia was so terrified that she didn't come in front of him. Slowly, the girl would slip down the stairs. Unwillingly, she came down the stairs, but she was too petrified, more slowly till across the hall and push open the drawing room door. As Kezia enters into the drawing room, her father looks at her over his spectacles. The way he looks at her terrifies her, and she doesn't even utter a word. Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today? I don't know, father. What do these lines show? That the father is authoritarian? He's trying to dominate the kid, and the father is strict. So the little girl stammers and she replies that she doesn't know. You don't know? If you stutter like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor. Kezia was a little girl. She feared her father. She thought that her father was like a giant. He had big hands and a big neck. His mouth was also very big. She always avoided him. She thought that he was very cruel. Kezia's father worked in an office. He went to an office in the morning. Before going, he went to the little girl's room. He gave her a casual kiss, and the father went to the office. And the little girl felt very happy when the father had gone. In the evening, when the father came back, he spoke loudly in the house, and Kezia feared her father's loud voice. Her mother would ask her to go and take off his shoes. When she entered his room, he looked at her sternly, strictly. Kezia thought that her father was a hard-hearted person. Now, what impression do you get of Kezia and her father? Pause the video and think about it. Yes, Kezia is little child. She needs love, whereas her father is quite strict. He may be a good person, but till now, we have seen that he is very strict at behavior. But have you seen fathers nowadays have changed? In fact, parents are not very much strict to their children nowadays as they were earlier. Times have changed. Do you agree with me? Yes, some parents have to be strict because it is for our betterment. They want us to be a better person. But in this story, what do you feel? What kind of father is the man? Let's read on. Never strutted with other people. She never stammered with other people, had quite given it up, but only with father, because then she was trying so hard to say the words properly. What's the matter? What are you looking so wretched about? Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Means not to commit suicide. Here, Kezia, carry my teacup back to the table carefully. Now the father was quite strict voice as well. He was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth when he yawned. The little girl Kezia thought that his father is a giant, especially when he yawned. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. She compared her father with a monster. Is it correct? Well, according to the little girl, it might be. On Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother, with parents. But the little girl always found mother reading, mother busy in reading, and father stretched out on the sofa, his handkerchief on his face, his feet on one of the best cushions, sleeping soundly and snoring. Well, sometimes parents get so busy with themselves that Children feel neglected, although they cannot share, but they show it in different actions. Children cannot say that they are feeling neglected, they are feeling ignored, but they show it in form of their expressions. For example, in the story, the little girl, she stutters when she comes in front of her father. She cannot speak properly as she is afraid. But I believe parents on the other side, they would feel neglected nowadays because children are always busy spending their time on phones and spending time with their friends and other things, but they never get time to spend with their family. Is this true or not? Well, how many of you feel the same? Well, you must be saying that this is the time when we are spending time with family all the time because we cannot go out to play, we cannot go anywhere, we cannot meet friends, but we spend time on phones. Still, even staying at home but not spending time with parents make them feel ignored. Spend a little time, spend some moments with them so that you create valuable memories because the time and tide wait for none. Okay, let's move on further. She sat on a stool, gravely watched him until he woke and stretched, and the little girl, intensely looking at her father, deeply looking at her father sleeping until the time he woke up, and asked the time, then looked at her. Don't stare so, Kezia. You look like a little brown owl. One day, when she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week and suggested she should make him a pincushion for a gift out of the beautiful piece of yellow silk. We'll continue the next part of the story in the coming video.